Yes, your favorite caster fails again with his terrible thermal take intercooler breaking yet again. So I've replaced it with a giant, huge fan. Hopefully, we'll reconnect to the game very shortly. Just waiting for that to happen right now. Apologies to guys who are watching from the stream. I fail. I'm sorry.
No worries, Veronica Kai. Haven't missed too much action. Just a couple of pickoffs going to the side of GD on the gyrocopter. But just as we're speaking, VN managed to get 2 return kills on Valina and OD. So score right now is 4-3 in favor of GD.
You know, just before I got disconnected, I felt that GD were paying just a little bit more. Their playstyle was a little more onto it, and it was a little more switched on compared to the first game. And maybe VN's gone slightly the other way a little bit.
Yeah, that definitely seems to be the case. GD with excellent precision rotations, gangs towards the middle lane and the top lane. But looking at the net worth right now, Anti-Major's leading, is comfortably leading both the CS charts and net worth, being at 8k gold, followed by Pia, who's only at 5k. As you can see, looking at the items of Anti-Mage, has Treads and Battle Fury. 15 minutes into the game, so that is extremely well.
Yeah, any game like I'm in now, any game where you've got a sub sort of 15-minute battle fury normally means that there's a lot of free farm going on for this anti-mage, and you can tell by just looking at the last hits, this is all going in the favor of GD. 126 CS versus almost what's that 50 less for the Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, and looking at bot, looking to go on the Sand King, but he will manage to escape with the Sandstorm.
Yeah, and also this OD is his orb is going to start to come into play now. Now that he's picked up oh no, maybe one more level. Yeah, he's picked up max level of Essence Aura. So his orb's now starting to gonna get leveled up and start to do significant amounts of damage.
Yeah, and he also has the mechanism, so the teamfight capability of GD will also increase as well.
And it looks like we might be going for a bit of a tower trade if they can do it. Both this rotation in, a lot of damage going down. In fact, this is going to be a dead somebody. It's a dead Darkseer. And they're going to follow through. They're going to look to pursue. There's a power shot. There's she uses wind run to pursue. She looks like she's going to shackle. She does shackle. There's an orb shot. He tries to heal his way through it, but he doesn't get enough heals. Can't escape with Nature's Skies, and this is all going in the favor of GD. In fact, there's now 7 for 3.
Yeah, even Guy going down in that fight, trying to turn around and with the ulti, but unsuccessful.
Yeah, this is clearly now going in the favor of GD. They're, having a quick look at the graphs, it says that they're sitting at almost 8,000 gold experience, I should say, or gold advantage, and it's really big spike there. 6 maybe 7,000 XP in the next advantage if they take this tower.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, and the only saving grace right now is Pia, who is not even getting free farm. In fact, he's not getting any farm at all.
Yeah, this is this is definitely going in GD's favor. You can see they've all rotated into this top lane. They're looking to push down this top tower. I don't know what you do as VN. Like psychologically on the back foot, you can clearly tell, even without graphs, you can clearly tell this anti-mage has got a lot of farm. They've purposely left him alone. It doesn't look like he's died once, so they haven't been able to lock him down. So he is going to get that free farm, and I don't think there's anything they can do about it.
And yeah, VN struggling to take this game 4 versus 5, let alone with the anti-mage when he decides to join.
Yeah, and that's just the power. I think that's just the power of the OD really being there, along with I guess with, there's damage coming out of the supports as well as the Windrunner, so it's not like it's all OD, but definitely they're comboing and sort of synergizing much more effectively just in those last few fights that we saw there. Whereas the retreat from VN hasn't been coordinated enough. They haven't been able to escape. They haven't sort of tried to save each other. It's been a bit of a scramble a scramble to get away, and as a result, they've picked up 4 more kills, basically.
Yeah, and the Stream Protector is still level 5, 19 minutes into the game. Not even close to level 6.
Oh yeah, level-wise, let's have a quick look at the levels. This is going to be a very, very sad sort of picture, isn't it? It is. It's, Trent sitting way, way down there on 5 versus the anti-mage. For a comparative perspective, he's at 15. He's clearly going to just make mincemeat out of all these supports if he gets anywhere close to them.
Yeah, exactly. And whatever item the OD decides to build next will probably even contribute more to its already ridiculous damage.
Yeah, I think that the only thing they have that's going in their favour is that they do have some farm on their PL, and even an underfarmed PL can start to turn the game at about that 30-minute mark. So as long as he gets left alone and he does sort of build a reasonable cache of items, even though they've got the super powerful anti-mage to face off against, who looks like he's completing his Manta just now.
But they have 3 heroes bottom looking to who is an anti-mage is actually on low HP. And looks like they're going to go on, and he just TPs straight out. Great vac to kill him.
Oh, and an excellent vacuum. They are going to get him. They are going to shut him down. They learned from yesterday's mission, but there is the reactionary TPs in from a number of heroes, as well as ults going down. There's an epicenter. There's a cooldown. Only Sand King dies and no one else dies. In fact, great OD. He rotates in and he picks off the remaining heroes. This is a disaster for Ian. Where were you? Where were you is the question being asked in the chat. It was all basically about this good rotation in. Yeah, you're right. The rotation from GD just being so on spot.
Yeah, as soon as the anti-mage died, they've managed to pick up 3 kills on that, so I would say that is a good trade. Because being anti-mage, having a battle fury, it definitely means nothing at this point.
Yeah, it's clearly all in the favour of GD. VN really needs to sort of regroup right now in the next few minutes and look to push something down or do something very, very aggressive in order to turn this, because it is clearly not going their way. With the guys who follow my streams know when there's this line, and this line is the 10,000 gold, 10,000 XP bracket. When you go above that, you're officially on an Omega snowball, and they are both above 10k advantage in the favor of GD. GD are snowballing. They are out of control a little bit, and so they need to get some control by just wiping out the enemy team with a well executed combination of ults. They need this tree to hurry up and get a 6, because that's going to be the key.
Yeah, and PL needs to get a lot more farm if he is to contest the anti-mage in the late game, because right now he's attempting to push down the tower at top, and looks like he might get it.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got maxed out jungler post, so he can actually start to make these little armies and split push, and he will pick up CS. He will actually ramp a little bit. He's now once you get the defusal and a Manta, and you've got maxed out jungler post, you then start to see this sudden leap ahead in terms of CS if you're left alone. The problem is, this is probably about 5 minutes too late. He needed to be at this stage in the 16-17 minute mark, if he could have been, in order to counteract this free farm from the anti-mage.
Yeah, exactly, but GD, well aware of it, sticks 4 heroes top, constantly just applying pressure on that tower, not letting PL farm for the last 5 minutes, while still having anti-mage free farm bot.
Yeah, and in fact, anti-mage comes in to push off this free farming Phantom Lancer, and he really has no choice but to retreat. He can't go 1-to-1 just yet with the anti-mage. Anti-mage feeling very, very confident. He's going to finish off this one more last hit, and he is going to finish off his Manta style. So he's feeling really happy about his position. But the rest of GD feeling they don't even need him in order to play this game, as you said earlier. Whereas VN looking like a little bit frazzled by, and sort of lost as to what to do.
Yeah, I think what VN have to hope for is their team fight. They have to rely on that. What they need is that back into wall and Vigara ult, the tree ult, Sanking ult. Like their team fight is really strong if they can get the right positioning, and a lot of that will come down to the communication and timing between Darkseer and Sanking.
Yeah. Man, I'm really hoping for VN, for their sakes, they can pull this together. They've shown us in the early pool play games they have this amazing ability to just pull it together and play like they're in the internationals almost, you know. But then they're just not gelling at this stage. I'm not sure what it is. It may be the hero selection. It may be just the fact that GD is playing so well.
Yeah, GD are playing astonishingly well, but VN still have a chance with their wombo combo lineup.
Yeah, they can definitely overload those ults with a well-placed wall vacuum into a cooldown, with a epicenter, with a tree ult, you know, and amongst all that, the illusions hitting them, they can definitely wipe the enemy team, but they're just not finding the opening to do that. And you know, without the tree being 6, he's just got 6 now. Without that early level 6 tree, they've suffered a little bit.
Yeah, they definitely have. But the 4 of them will be looking to just group up, finding whatever lane farm they can between the 4 of them. So not optimal, but at least it looks like
Oh no!
PL.
Yeah, there's a bit of a smoke up followed by an invisible. Yeah, he's gonna get caught out. Definitely gonna get caught out here. No, excellently timed doppelgang. There is
Out
a.
of that 3-man stun from Lena.
There's that wombo combo we talked about before. Where's the vacuum? Where's the vacuum? They need that vacuum. Already been used, but it doesn't really matter. Nice snipe off. They did manage to pick off 2 heroes, potentially a 3rd. If they can get the 3rd or 4th, this will be amazing. He's looking to TP out. He is going to escape.
Here comes Anti-Mage.
Oh, Anti-Mage picking off whoever he finds, and then just blinking out. He's hit and run, sort of Highland tactics. He does it easily, and he picks off a kill. But it's still, that went in the favour of VN, showing us that they're not out without a fight.
Yeah, definitely. That's what they need to do to get back into the game. As we alluded to, this extremely strong team fight. All 5 heroes' ultimates being maybe above PL, extremely good for a team fight situation.
Yeah, and there's a comment just being made in the actual game there about the heart build. You can see here that the PL has opted to stop building the Manta and go straight for a heart now, and I think this could either be a good decision or a bad decision. I'm not sure. I'm not a Phantom Lancer player. I'm not a big fan of Phantom Lancer, so I'm not sure if it would have been sort of wiser to stay the course and keep getting this Manta style, or if jumping to the heart was the actual smarter decision.
Perhaps he fears that he's a bit too fragile right now and is just going for a casual vitality booster. Common in quite a few PL players. We'll see if he actually switches to the heart right now or if he finishes off a Manta.
Yeah, like I still think that the VN are going to have this issue where they're going to be out carried if they're not careful, and they're already being out carried by just this AM. But you know, OD, we got to talk about this OD. This OD, he's got stuff of wizardry. He's probably going to pick up his push stick now, and that's going to mean he's going to be great at initiating in terms of his astral imprisonment. So. Gonna potentially go very south very quickly, or very sour very quickly for a VM.
Yeah, surprisingly, as the OD actually hasn't found that much farm as we normally see a mid-position ODB, but partially that's probably due to the anti-mage pretty much taking most, if not all, of the farm.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to be building, and the anti-mage looks like he's going to do butterfly. He's got four grand in the bank. Going to be 5 grand soon. What's he going to build?
I'm thinking heart because it looks like they want to push reasonably soon and not give the PL even a chance to try and make the comeback.
Yeah, playing that aggressive strategy will work out for them in this case. I can see that this PL is definitely not farming nearly as well as he would like to be farming. In fact, he's farming very slowly. If we have a look at the last sets, he's sitting at 174, almost 100 behind in terms of CS for the anti-mage. Net worth wise, he's six grand behind the anti-mage. But the big problem is not just him, but the rest of his team is so low in terms of their farm.
Yeah, I completely agree. The only damage I think they're gonna get come late game will only be the Phantom Lancer, because you can see the Gara only has an Ogre Club face boots, not even close to a BKB. And we see that the anti-mage does decide to pick up a heart.
He does go for the heart. Oh, I see. Anti-mage, sorry. Yeah, anti-mage picking up their heart. He wants to have that more durability for their team fight, and also the ability just to stay in fights for longer. And sort of, he can blink away, and once he blinks away, he can very quickly meet up with that passive from the heart and get straight back into it. So that's going to be a wise pick up there from the anti-mage.
Yeah, because even with a spell shield, previously having only 1300 HP, he can still get.
Oh, excellent maneuver there by the Darkseer. He tries to vacuum up as many as he can into the tree line. He only gets the anti-mage, which is unfortunate. Anti-mage just being able to blink out there, but they haven't stopped them from doing rush. In fact, this is going to be an easy rush pickup for GD.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Pierre didn't take the time to split push one of the other lanes, preferably top. Instead, he just seems to be staying in mid.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
Because right now, like, even with this strong line, the wombo combo that VN have, they just don't have the levels to compete with the GD lineup. So the only option should be to split push.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I agree. There was an opportunity for him to split push, get a little bit of extra farm, but I think now they're conceded slightly into the fact that they're probably going to lose this game. They're not playing on form, I don't think, and so they sense an impending loss, and so they want to make sure that everyone's close by in case they do try to push this mid racks, or one of the lanes basically. So they wanted to summarize. I think they wanted that PL to be close by so that they could react to any push that came after the Roshan.
Yeah, so we see that Pierre does decide to build a Heart of Tarask to build a bit more tank.
Yeah, unfortunately his counterpart, Anti-Mage, has already got his heart, and it looks like he's building, probably going to be building towards a butterfly now. But, someone's saying, I hope it gets a divine, because that would make for an interesting game. And indeed, a divine would make this an interesting game, but I don't think GD have that in them. I don't think they want to play any kind of risk whatsoever. They feel they've got this under the belt, so they'll play very safe. They'll pick a butterfly, or potentially just stay for long buybacks just in case.
Yeah, so it looks like gonna siege down the top tower. It's gonna go down very quickly, and they're probably gonna look to transition into Rex, seeing as how they still have the Aegis of Immortal on the anti-mage.
Yeah, and GD having only lost only lost one tier, one tower, so this is clearly all in the favor of them, of GD. The graph says it's 15,000 either way, so I don't see my favorite team VN coming back from this. This will be probably the end of their run in the series, which is a really unfortunate because obviously I like them. But hey, best team wins because of the plays. And this pickup of anti-mage and just leaving him to free farm. This is the second time in the series that we've seen that hasn't worked out well. Not enough shutdown on the anti-mage.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, as we see, Rocket does go on for anti-mage. But looks like Vassal is gonna go down. Wow. Gar immediately buys back as the team fight breaks out.
There's a vacuum, a wall, and a tree ult, but unfortunately it's a little bit too late. There's an epicenter. There's all manner of abilities going down. They may actually get him, but do they remember he's got an Aegis? It looks like they've forgotten, and he's going to come back and probably clean up if he can.
Well, amazing 4-man stun by Pylena.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But it does actually manage, looks like they managed a successful base defense.
Yeah, it only cost them one hero in exchange for 2 heroes. Well, 1 hero and an Aegis, so I guess that did work out reasonably well. A minor victory there for VN. The power of that wall, you know, the one thing about wall, it scales. You know, it scales with the strength of the enemy heroes. So when you're on this back foot like they are now, you know that your wall is going to be more effective because the enemy team is so much stronger.
Yeah, exactly, and the power of that definitely showed in that last team fight.
Well, what do you do? GD going to just probably look to finish this game very, very shortly. They sense that they've got this under their belt, being way more aggressive than they were in the previous match. And this, yeah, as someone's commented, big team fight coming in 2 minutes. I think the big team fight's coming right now. They're just searching for someone to pick out as we speak. They're looking to find someone to kill, and will they find anyone? I'm not sure.
Tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, all of VN playing very timid at the moment.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Yeah, and that's unfortunately that's really just a ticket to your own demise. You mean sometimes playing very, very defensively and waiting for those opens, that pays off. Number of games that I've casted that has paid off exceptionally well for the defending team when they've been on the back foot. But in this particular matchup with this anti-mage, I don't think it's going to work. They're just going to allow him to get more and more free farm. He's sitting on almost 6k gold just now. Even if he dies and they manage to wipe the whole team, if they try to push, he just buys back and they immediately have to retreat because they can't even five man him at this stage.
Yeah, and they're just slowly sieging away at the tower.
Well, not even slowly. Oh, and tree, a vacuum, a wall, a number of abilities. Epicenter coming in a little late. In fact, that's going to backfire terribly. Tree's going to go down. It looks like there's a rocket barrage in the cooldown, but nothing happening. In fact, there's going to be a dead hero here with the ult. No, it missed. Yeah, there we go. So much damage going down onto on both Nyx and what's his name, PL. But they did lose 2 for none, and they're going to take this mid rank. So this is potentially GG right here.
middle barracks have fallen.
Yeah, that looks to be the case. Anti-Mage's just too farmed, and the whole team of GD having all the items that they need to breach the high ground. Mech, and the pipe.
Yeah, clearly they are out farmed here in terms of what it is that VE can do. But VN, they don't want to give up just yet. They feel they're still in the game. We saw in the last match they didn't kill GD until right at the very end. So they're not going to give it up without a fight. They feel they can potentially bring it, and so good luck to them. I hope that they are successful. Yeah, let's have a look at items. I haven't talked about items at all this particular match in terms of across the team. Yeah, we all know how farmed that anti-mage is, but also the Outward Destroyer not too far behind him, building towards his BKB. Oh wow, Runner having both all the items she pretty much needs for this game. She can actually start working on. She's got a
Engagement at top. Gara and Sanking look to team up to take out the anti-mage, but that's not gonna work.
In fact, you can see that those illusions pretty much just killing everybody. There's a vacuum and there's a homing missile, but that's just the save team members, not actually kill anyone.
Oh well, look at how fast
Yeah,
the
he's.
Darkseid drops.
This is the power of Anti-Mage. He picked up that Battlefly, as I said earlier. He probably will pick up a Battlefly, exactly as I've called it. He's in that free farm. This is almost a repeat of yesterday's match. Anti-Mage.
And while the four members of VN are trying to take down for Anti-Mage for the rest 4 of GD, just take down for PL.
And I believe this is going to be another Anti-Mage free farm game. And this shows you those guys who are not familiar with why you need to shut down an Anti-Mage early. This is the power of Anti-Mage. 30 minutes of effective free farm, excluding kills, and this is what he does to your team.
A lot of anti-fun.
Now, he's going to get an unstop, and GG being called there. This is unfortunate for VN. They are eliminated from the Kiwi Challenge Series 2. This does, however, mean that GD will go through to the to the next round. They'll be familiar with how that works. But yeah, thanks for everyone that was watching. Sorry about all the technical issues. I believe I've resolved that now. And so the later match tonight between Diet and whoever it is that they're going up against will be cast by me. Hopefully event free. Want to give a big thanks to my co-caster for coming along and casting with me.
No worries, man. I had a great time, and hope we can do this again in the future.
No problem, buddy. And thanks to those guys who are currently watching. Sorry, this wasn't my usual cast of normal caliber. I had obviously all those problems. But hey, look, if you wanna lend me your support, hit follow, hit subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, or vice versa. And we'll see you guys in the next match, which is scheduled to start in 3 hours. So go and have a break.